Hey guys,
What up?
another surprise live stream here. Welcome to my channel, your girl PhilaDehlia, PhilaDehliaEagles.com. And if there's anyone new here, pretty much I do football videos. I'm a super Eagles fan, and I have done a lot of videos today because I have been very busy and have been waiting till the last minute to film all this stuff. I'm actually here with Madden G4D. Many of you know. If you're new here, you don't. But we are at YouTube Space here in LA, so we are at some random location. You may hear some random sounds, random people. It can get crazy here, so I'm just putting it out there that, if you hear something weird, then it's just a YouTuber doing something.
F it, we'll do it live.
Oh!
All right.
So what we're going to do here is my NFL picks video because I need to get my picks in and up before
It's Thursday, folks.
the Thursday night football game. That Thursday game always throws me off, man. Ever since they added it, it's just like screws up my picks.
It's been a couple of years now. It's time to get used to it.
Hey, man, I am the ultimate procrastinator here, so you know what? I am not going to deal with it. I'm just going to procrastinate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pull up your comments. So if anyone would like to comment live on our picks,
Live interactions, guys.
or share their picks, I'm all about it. So we have Hunter Rizzoni, what's up? Very first commenter. Edward Jameson, Ryan Berry, repping the Chiefs or picking the Chiefs. That's what I want to know.
Looks like we need to boot somebody. Mohan Patel says, "Go Cowboys."
Oh no! Oh no!
I think I just threw up on my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, so obviously Eagles-Cowboys matchup is the biggest thing on my mind this week, but we'll get to that.
We should start there.
You want to start with that? No.
Yeah.
We got to start with the Sunday night or the Thursday night game before it starts. Come on.
Fine.
We are not out of order. We will not be out of order. But before we get into the picks, I want to let you know that I did post my Cowboys pregame and my Eagles, my trip to Philly itinerary for anyone that's going to be in Philadelphia that wants to hang out with me. I'm going to be there ready to hug every single Eagles fan I see. So if you want to hang out, check. The link is in the description of this video. Shout out to Alex C. Fly Eagles Fly. The link is in the video with all the details of where I'll be running around in Philadelphia on Saturday and Sunday. So click that. But now let's get into some picks. NFL picks. And as many of my subscribers know already, we are using the mobile app on iPhone called Easy Pickem. So I'm going to go through all the picks using this app, and if you would like to download this app, if you have an iPhone, the link is in the description as well of this video. And if you don't want to click on that link and feel like typing it out yourself because you a gangster like that, it's bit.ly/typing
gangster
Easy Pickem App Store. So let's start with this Thursday night game that's going to happen in less than an hour. Oh my gosh.
Bam. All right, so Peyton Manning and the Broncos will be in Kansas City.
Yes. This is, both these teams had a very interesting start. Week 1 start, especially the Broncos. I think that was the most surprising.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the stats here.
Stats boy.
Some really interesting numbers. So the Broncos played the Ravens last week, and this is really interesting. Now the Broncos have the #1 defense in the league. Thank you, Joe Flacco. And the 31st offense in the league. This is a Peyton Manning offense that went up against the Ravens defense. Now this is not the Ravens of old with Ray Lewis, and Terrell Suggs actually left the game, so that they didn't have him for half the game. They don't have Haloti Ngata, they don't have Ed Reed, they don't have all these guys, right? So it's definitely not the Super Bowl champion Ravens defense. I think they're a run-of-the-mill defense, and to see that Peyton Manning, ended up having the 31st best offense in the league out of all the teams, and we're talking about Jacksonville and the Redskins, and they, so. I'm now a firm believer. I love Peyton Manning, but I think he's struggling with the new offense that Gary Kubiak is installing. And the biggest struggle, though, I think, is his arm. I think he's too old and his arm's not playing very well. So I'm going to be very bearish on all Peyton Manning matchups this week.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Well, that's kind of what I pointed out in my last week's predictions. I had actually picked the Ravens, and I said I don't trust Peyton Manning right now. We kind of are unsure of his status and where he's going to end up, but I think I didn't expect it to be that bad,
Yeah.
and I don't think this game I'm all about kind of the upset or kind of thinking outside the box of what everyone else is thinking.
Whoa.
And
Rebel.
Rebel without a cause. So I'm leaning towards the Broncos in this game just because the Chiefs had such a good start, but it was a good start against the Texans, right?
Yeah.
So, that's, I call it a false confidence when a team has such a great game, but it's not against a very competitive team or a team that hasn't been competitive as of late. So it can make you think the team is way better than it really is. So that's what I'm counting on, the Chiefs having this false confidence.
Okay. That's a good point.
And I'm going to pick the Broncos because now everyone has this maybe false kind of negative feeling towards them. So here we go, guys. I'm going to do it before G4D tries to talk me out of it.
Well,
I'm going to swipe right.
I'm just going to disagree.
Swipe right. Boom. Broncos over Chiefs tonight.
I think playing in Kansas City, it is a tough place to play.
We do have a Texans fan, though. Hi, Eric. I see you.
What up?
Sorry to interrupt.
We'll get to the Texans. But yeah, I think Chiefs will take it. Even though the Broncos have won the last 3 matchups, I think this is their time. All right, what's next?
What is next? We have Rams at Redskins, which is a pretty easy pick for me.
Yeah.
I called the Rams win last week.
That is true.
People were giving me crap.
It's evidence. It's in her Easy Pickem app.
It's in my Easy Pickem app. I called that upset. 1, because, they always split. 2, I know the potential of Nick Foles. And 3, Seahawks without Cam Chancellor. Come on now. So they're still without him.
They were in St. Louis.
Yeah. So the Rams are on the road, but they're going against the Redskins. So I think they carry that win and that nice momentum into another win over a crappier team.
I agree. And if you're playing fantasy football, the Rams defense might be a good one to play this week.
Boom. Easy. Next up, Texans. You can see the reflection of the parking lot. Look at that, guys. This is where we're at. We're up in the...
That is the California Hill right there.
There's the California Hills. And there's our car right there. Oh, my gosh. Just kidding. It's one of those, though. Texans at Panthers.
Texans at Panthers in Carolina. J.J. Watt versus Cam Newton. Very, very interesting. What are your thoughts, PhilaDehlia?
Well, I'm leaning towards Panthers. They're at home. I tend to go a lot of times with the home team because that gives that slight advantage. And the Texans, they're just without a quarterback. It's tough to win football games, even if you have the best defensive player in the team.
Or not Matt
Ryan. In the league.
Ryan Mallett. Yeah, I agree. I think I'll give the edge to Carolina just for the home team advantage. I think both teams are fairly evenly.
I'm just going to press it this time.
Evenly skilled.
Okay.
Bucks
Next.
Saints.
Bucks versus Saints. Now.
So last week we saw the number 1 versus number 2 picks in the league with quarterbacks. Jameis Winston of the Bucks face Marcus Mariota of the Tennessee Titans, and it was fairly a one-sided affair. The number 2 pick led the Titans to a victory. The number 1 pick kind of squandered a little bit. So the Bucks did not look that good. They look like they have a rookie quarterback and not very good defense. And so you put that up against a elite quarterback, if you will, in Drew Brees, with mediocre, if not so good defense. So for me, it's a pretty easy pick. I think they're also playing in New Orleans. They're a good home team. They play well at home. For me, it's a clear pick for me. It's the Saints.
The Saints. We have the 49er Faithful 209 saying LOL Saints. But we do have a lot. Flora, Edward Jameson, West Philly G, and Squints all going Saints. And we have one, Jose Salmaron, going for Bucks. But I agree with everything you said. I think the Bucks are they're just not.
They're still the Bucks.
They're still the Bucks. Exactly. So boom, here we go. Saints over the Bucks.
What's next?
All right, now
Niners,
we got
Steelers. Very interesting. In Pittsburgh. Now, I was pleasantly surprised at how good the Niners were. And the reason it was pleasant for me is that I drafted Carlos Hyde in both of my fantasy leagues. Yeah, buddy, cashing in. But, yeah, it's not just on their offense and that they run the ball well. Their defense looks fairly legit. You know what I mean? And I think this is going to be a really interesting matchup for both teams. We're going to see how good the Steelers are, and how good the Niners defense is.
yeah.
And I believe the other side of the ball, other matchup with the Steelers defense without Dick LeBeau, and they didn't look too good against, Tom Brady in New England, which is one of the better teams.
Well, I mean, so this could be a close game, but the whole Steelers losing week 1. What was the final score? I forget.
21 to 14.
Okay. So, I mean, it wasn't a blowout, and we have to keep in mind that they had communication issues. So imagine
21,
trying
28.
you're
The
trying to call
Patriots were
some-
cheating.
Yeah,
Forgot
you're trying
about
to call
that.
some plays, and you can't communicate with your quarterback or your players or your coaches. That can be a huge.
It was coach to coach.
It was coach to coach.
communication.
So, I mean, if you can't get on the same page with your coach, and then that adds like this whole mental craziness, I think that's a huge factor into why they lost and why they didn't look as good. But again, Dick LeBeau could be another reason for that. Him not being there, that could be a reason.
Yeah.
But
looks like the channel here, the comments are fairly spread out.
Squint's going Steelers.
Steelers
Edward
need to win.
going
That's a
Niners.
good point.
So
They're
it's
0-1. They need to win.
yeah. I'm leaning towards Steelers. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and just assume it was communication errors that they had no control of. Like that was all on the cheating Patriots and all that. So I'm gonna make my pick. And what is your pick?
I'm gonna go with you. They're playing, across the country. I think that'll give them an edge. Steelers, they'll come. Their home team, team crowd will come out, and I think that's a good win for the Steelers.
Okay.
What's next?
Next up, Chargers and Bengals.
Chargers and Bengals.
This is an interesting matchup. Very interesting matchup.
I like this one.
It could go either way.
It could.
It's going to be a good game, I
I
think.
think so.
Can we look at some numbers, please,
Ooh,
Stats guy?
numbers.
Can we please
Yeah.
have some more information before we pull the trigger on one
What
of these
would we
teams?
like to look up?
Let's see their game. All right. And this is just based off of 1 week, right? All the
Just
rankings have
1 week,
reset.
so they're just
So
from last week.
after 1 week, the Chargers are 1-0, first in offense, 10th in defense, first in passing, 19th in rushing down.
So the
Who'd
Chargers,
they play?
they played the Lions.
The
The Lions, they
The
have
Lions are
some secondary
they're a legit
guys and
competitor,
some
yeah.
good linebackers. But
Okay.
their defense is all right. It's not bad.
Without
I know that Phillip Rivers had a really good day. He's just got so much more weapons this year. He's got Stevie Johnson, and the other guys are maturing under him. So Keenan Allen.
a lot of Chargers here. Look at that, Chargers.
Yeah, look at that. I was very one-sided. I'm surprised.
Young Molt, we have not gone through the Falcons matchup yet. No.
We'll get there.
Okay. So, dang, I think I'm gonna have to roll with the crowd, son.
Whoa.
Peer pressure.
Never
peer
knew you
pressure.
to be a follower. So now look at the Bengals stats, and they
Okay,
played
let's look at their
Los
stats.
Raiders.
Los Ra-
Orale.
They played the Raiders.
And they had the number 3 defense, the number 9 offense, 11th in passing, 8th in rushing.
You know what? So the Bengals, the Chargers' numbers look great, and they played a legit team, the Lions, where the Bengals' numbers aren't as high, and they played the Raiders. So even more reason for me to, my screen locked, for me to go Chargers. So, all right, go team go. Here we go. We're all almost in agreement here.
I'm going to disagree. I think that the West Coast team going into Cincinnati, I think that'll be enough advantage. Just going to be a slight advantage. Cincinnati have a better defense than the Lions have, so I think that'll have the SD or offense struggle a little bit, and Phillip Rivers. So yeah, and I know that as long as Andy Dalton, plays all right and hands the ball off well, they'll be able to move the ball. So I'm gonna give my edge to the Tigers.
Oh, to the Tigers. You know who's in agreement with his great analysis? Rye Guy Batman 05655. I'm going Bengals. No real reason. Best analysis I've heard all week.
Hey, we should do one of those. Let's do one of those. Who's next?
Okay, no real reason. Falcons over Giants. I'm going Falcons. No real reason.
Well, I think I know what the reason is. That they're playing the Giants, and you hate the Giants.
Well, that too. So boom, Falcons over Giants.
What's next?
And who are you doing?
Oh, Falcons, Giants. That's an interesting one. They're playing in New York?
Yeah, they're playing in New York. And New York just had that horrible loss.
I think New York will win.
So this is I always give my emotional pick saying it's more of a I'm hoping it happens, but it's probably, it could not happen, but
totally.
You know what? But now on my emotional picks, I need to start switching it up because then it sucks. I get the pick wrong and the team wins. So it's like the team I don't want to win wins. So it's like maybe I should.
No. This is our no real reason pick.
Oh no! Okay, no real.
You can't
okay.
be reasoning in the
Okay,
no real reason.
Okay, no real reason. Just kidding. All right. So next up, boom, boom, boom. Patriots at Bills.
Ooh-wee,
Bills coming out hot. Is Tyrod Taylor the real deal? You know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and.
Whoa! Just like that.
Bills over Patriots. Because you know what? Bills, even before Tyrod Taylor and all the years they haven't had a quarterback, they've always been able to upset the Pats on almost a regular, really seasonal basis. Yeah. So that's why I'm going, and they look hot right now, and they're at home. Sign me up.
No, I think the Bills will have the advantage, but I do know that Belichick seems to have Rex Ryan's number a little bit, and so. I think Belichick's the smarter coach, and so I think that's really interesting. If the Bills are they playing at home?
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo, behind that crazy hype crowd, I'm gonna have to give it to the home team. I'm all about homers this week. Home team homer. So yeah, I'd give it to the Bills, but it's gonna be an amazing game to watch. I bet.
All right, next up, Lions, and 49er Faithful is already picking Lions versus Vikings. So,
I've been impressed with Teddy Bridgewater. When he first came into the league, I was making fun of him because his throwing motion was a little weird in a couple pictures as a rookie. But he's got a pretty smooth release, and the ball just sails and is on target, and it looks pretty. And he's accurate. So I am a Teddy Bridgewater believer.
Oh, you're a believer. I am not a believer just yet, but I think the Lions are going to be a better team this year overall. And I think the Vikings, they struggled, and AP didn't come out hot like we wanted him to. And I think he's going to get there, just not right out the gate. So I think he's going to need a couple of games, so more than one, more than two games, maybe, to really kind of warm up those legs again.
I agree.
So with that in mind, I'm going Lions.
Boom. Lions.
I
agree with that.
But you sounded like you were picking Vikings.
No, I just said I like Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, this guy. Okay, so we're both going Lions on that. Oh, here we go. This team again. This team. Well, this is an easy pick for me.
Yep.
In that the Bears suck, the Cardinals are legit.
That's pretty close to no real reason, but I'll take it. Yep. Cardinals. For sure.
Who's next? We're getting all close. Titans at Browns.
I'm going to give it to the Browns in this one. I think Browns didn't do too hot against the Jets last week. They lost in a
chuckle.
helicopter accident. They lost their quarterback on the goal line, and Jonathan Manziel had to step in.
Oh, we have a Bears fan.
As they were calling him on Red Zone Channel.
Young Savage Ciroc Squad, longest name I've ever had to read. The Bears for the win. Okay. You gotta have faith in your team.
Yep.
I'll give you that. But
you look at young Multack. He says Cards because Jay Cutler.
Yep.
Which is Cards have got a great defense.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. So, anyways, back to the Titans Browns. I'm going Browns. Boom.
Browns. I think they're gonna give Marcus Mariota some new looks.
Yeah.
They're gonna be much more aggressive. They're gonna blitz him a lot more, and I think that's gonna lead to some turnovers and ultimately change the game.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Mariota versus the Bucks gives that false confidence again.
Totally.
We'll see what he's really working with. All right, Ravens at Raiders. All right.
Now the Ravens looked terrible against the Broncos last week, but they are now playing the Raiders. So I can see either team taking this, especially since it's in Oakland. But I think coaching-wise, I do like Jack Del Rio.
I kind of want to go Raiders. No, real logical reason.
I can see that.
But, hey, rebel without a cause. Here we go. Los Raiders fans, there you go.
I would pick the Ravens, but I could totally see that. I can go either way on that.
And who are you going officially? Who are you going
Ravens.
with? So you're going Ravens. All right. All right. Dolphins at Jaguars. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go Dolphins.
Still no respect for the Jaguars.
No respect for the Jaguars yet. And who would you like to go with in that matchup?
I think I would pick the Jaguars.
Okay. Look, Chico. He's going with the upset Raiders,
there
too.
We go.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to look real smart if that happens. And if it doesn't, well,
not smart.
We'll forget about that.
Well, the good thing about Easy Pickem is you cannot forget.
Nah, that's true. But you can also switch.
You can switch before the game starts.
You know what? I'm going to allow myself
You can have
one
a change
switch.
of heart.
But I try and keep it with what I said originally. Now, boom! We all know the outcome of this game.
Oh, but let's talk about it.
Well, actually, you can check out my pregame video.
2
videos. I posted 2 videos today. The first one I posted was my pregame, my Cowboys-Eagles pregame. I will be there. I don't think we should touch too much on it because we don't want this to go too long.
Sure.
And that already has its own separate video. So watch that.
That'll be in the link below?
Actually, I forgot to put in the link below. So you're going to have to just go to my recent uploads and go 2 videos before this.
Can you add a link below later?
I don't know.
We will try. And if not, look 2 videos below.
Yeah. So everyone's going Dolphins before this, and now Eagles. Yep. Sounds about right. Now next we have, this is an interesting matchup. Seahawks at Packers. The Packers with that traumatic loss in the postseason.
Traumatic and dramatic.
Dramatical loss to this team. And I think every time they play this team, some drama goes down. And you know what? I'm going to give it to the Packers.
I think they've been marinating in that loss all off season, and they need to get it off, man. They need to take a shower. So they are going to be motivated to win. I think much more than any other game this year.
Okay.
I think that game has the Packers most upset.
Hell yeah, it had me upset. Jets at Colts.
I love this matchup. I'm really interested.
Jets
I usually don't think very highly of the Jets. I don't really want to watch their games, but their defense is so good. I'm just interested. You know, I do have them on one of my fantasy teams, sure, but I'm just interested in the Jets against good offenses.
Yeah.
And so I think We saw the Colts go against the Bills, one of my other favorite defenses this year.
Yeah, they struggled against that defense.
And they struggled.
Struggled hard, like
So,
surprisingly.
yes.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, they have a very similar profiles. Not only were they Rex Ryan teams, or maybe that's the cause, but they have good defenses and poor offenses. So.
You know, I mean, the Colts are facing a similar team in that, the strong defense and okay offense, but I don't see. I have a lot of respect for Andrew Luck, so I just want to lean towards the Colts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the Jets aren't as good as the Bills. I mean, they have that solid defense, but I don't think they're as well-rounded as the Bills. So that's going to play into the Colts' favor. So that's my take. You going Colts too?
Yeah, I could get down with the Colts for sure.
And then we'll close out with the tiebreaker. So what is the score going to be with the Jets?
One thing I do like about the Colts is that they're playing at home on Monday night. And I think they do play very well at home. And that'll be enough to rattle the poor Jets offense and the hot routes that they'll need to call at the line of scrimmage. And I think that'll maybe lead to some turnovers. But now we get to pick the score. So it's got to be a fairly low score, right? I mean, with that defense, right?
Should we go?
I mean, on both sides of the ball.
I'm going to go 27. Let's see, I'm going to do 27 to
19. That's what I would do. 27-19.
Okay, 27-19. There you have it. Boom. All right. So, we got our picks in.
That's the week.
So, thanks to everyone that contributed their picks as well. It was cool seeing your input live while we made our picks. So, we might make maybe our picks a normal live stream thing.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
That way it's less editing and uploading time for me anyways. So,
well, I mean, check it out. I mean, it's cool to see the live comments.
I really like that. That's really cool. So maybe
what do you guys think? You want us to do it live?
Yeah.
Should we do
you like it when I do it live, or should I just record it and then import it, export it, and upload it to YouTube? Let me know, because if we start doing live, then that means I'll do every Thursday before the Thursday night game. I'll just do my live stream picks on Easy Pickem. Let me know.
Picks.
So until then, I think we should sign out because we got some football to watch in 30 minutes. So, any final words?
I'm looking forward to see good old Peyton Noodle Arm.
Noodle Arm.
I like the guy a lot. He's actually one of my favorite non-Eagles players.
Yeah.
But, I'm really interested to see how he overcomes his lack of physical ability, because he's such a mental player and he prepares so well. I'm interested to see how he's going to adjust. And if anyone can adjust well to it, it is Peyton Manning. And in a Gary Kubiak offense, which runs the ball so well, do you know what I'm saying?
This guy. Okay, so we are getting a lot of votes for live. So that's cool.
Oh.
One vote for record. Oh, all right. Well, so far the record person is outnumbered, and I think we'll do that. So stay tuned, and I think I'm going to post some videos tomorrow. I'm not quite sure which ones they'll be yet, but stay tuned. Subscribe if you're new here, and we will see you. Actually, I'll see you in Philly very soon. So that's it. It's your girl Delia with PhilaDehliaEagles.com and Madden G4D. Signing off. E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles!